And I do love you, bud.
I love you too, man. I miss you so bad. Really, like,
you've become one of my best friends.
Thinking about it daily, I'm like, God, I gotta get a hold of that Derek again.
You get a hold of that guy. Were you totally stoked when I was like, hey, I need to do a show?
I was like, now, yeah, come over, please come over.
Just
no.
I can't.
It's dripping from the ceiling.
I've been listening to the Hanging from the Balcony.
Yeah.
God,
I love that show.
it's a great show.
It's fun.
It really is good. I kind of want to weigh in a little bit too while we're doing some bonus stuff here.
Okay.
I also loved. I love Love Actually.
I do too, right?
It's such a good movie.
Every time I put it in, I'm happy I did.
Dude, when Liam Neeson's,
yeah,
when he cries, lose it. Every time.
God. When during his wife's funeral or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So
hard to watch.
And they play Bay City Rollers. Oh God damn it.
Play go.
Bitch, play Bay City Rollers. So good. Honestly, the movie is so good. Bill Nighy, his story is probably my favorite one.
I love Bill Nighy.
Yeah. Oh God, so good.
Which one was it? You Made Me Believe in Magic. Is that the one?
Yeah, I think it is. I love that movie though. When I heard you say it on there, I was like, dude, that's also my, like, I watched that during the holidays too. I mean, I can watch it anytime.
Oh yeah, definitely. I literally went through a time when it came out. I think it came out in 2003. So like the summer of 2004, I am not no hyperbole whatsoever. Literally watched that once, if not twice a week.
Yeah, but we've talked about that, how we'll leave a movie in the DVD player and then just press play.
Yes. Yeah.
Every time.
When me and Amy first got together, that was Dumb and Dumber, and then that about 6 months into the relationship, that got replaced with Joe Dirt. And every time I would get off work
and you guys did with a 40-Year-old Virgin too.
40-Year-old Virgin.
Amy loves that movie.
Amy watched that several times too.
But,
not as many times as Dumb and Dumber or Joe Dirt, but
really?
it was on rotation for about 2 months, whereas Joe Dirt and Dumb and Dumber had about a 6-month rotation.
Joe Dirt's great. If it's on TV, I'll watch it.
Yeah, yep. And I will walk in I used to walk in the door, and it would be almost in the exact same spot because she'd get off work at a certain time, and then I'd walk in.
It's almost it's a laziness thing
like
too, because you're just pressing play, you know. And that's
background noise.
It's background noise, but they're just great movies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of movies I can watch. I know. It's really funny. It makes me kind of sad that you didn't get to watch it when you were young because you can't get into it now. But I can do that with Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
I can watch Ghostbusters at any time.
I hear that's had I been able to, it would have been.
It just makes me sad because it's such a great movie.
Yeah.
But you didn't get to see it at a right time.
Right.
So now it's dated.
And now the first one isn't available. I think you can see the second one on iTunes, but I have no idea. Like,
if you want to borrow the first one,
okay.
I got them all. Both of them.
And honestly,
all two of them.
Honestly though, like there's certain things now that, like, if I can't get a hold of it via Netflix, I'm not gonna make the effort to go out and check it on Redbox. I'm not gonna make the effort to go over to Hastings and rent it. I just I have Netflix. That's what I have, and if it's not available between Netflix or Amazon Prime, then I'm probably not gonna watch it.
Exactly.
But you know, but at least I'm honest about it.
One movie though that I watched a lot. That's actually a modern movie. Is I went through a divorce the same time that Forgetting Sarah Marshall came out.
I've probably seen that about 20 to 30 times.
Same with Adam. Adam and I went through a divorce, and Adam went through a breakup the same time.
That's rough. And you guys are living in the same place.
We lived in the same house.
Yeah.
We lived at, we called it Sadness House. Called the Sadness House. Also, Steve Moe, he lived with us too. Also, just was kind of a sad guy. I think he went through maybe a breakup too, but he was just a sad guy.
Yeah.
And we called the Sadness House, where all we did was just game and just hang out. And you know, honestly, it got us through a lot.
Good.
Because it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I don't know. Like,
Forgetting Sarah Marshall though, man, we watched it all the time. I love that movie.
I was my best friend from high school and I lived at my place on 8th Ave for a year, and we basically partied nonstop for about 6 months. Then he got a serious girlfriend. Actually, the whole reason he moved in is because he wanted to impress this girl, and he didn't want to be living at home with mom and dad. And so he's like, so you got 2 rooms at that place, right? What's the deal
is this
about
the house that you owned?
Yeah, this is my first place down on.
So he lived with you.
He lived with me for a year.
Cool.
Yeah, I got there in 2002. Lived on my own till about 2005, I think. Took him in as a roommate till about
I totally wish I would have been friends with you at that point.
I know.
That would have been sick.
That would have been awesome. Yes.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah. So
amazing.
Yeah, so that had to have been 2005 because at the end of 2006, me and Amy got together, and he was probably there for about 3 weeks when she decided that we're wasting money and resources having 2 separate places. So she moved in, and he immediately moved out. Yeah, but it wasn't one of those weird things where it's like, oh, I got to get out of there. It's just
Who was it?
Josh, my friend Josh.
And Tiger Josh.
Yeah, Josh and Tiger Josh.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So he went and got his own place.
Is that the girl he's trying to impress?
No, it was some other girl. It was actually her best friend though. Tiger's best friend. Yeah. Her name was Lacey number 1.
I totally love Josh and Tiger together though,
so
it makes more sense for me.
I did too. It was funny though because he dated this gal named Lacey for about a year, and he made it through the whole breakup and everything, and then immediately started dating, and well, not immediately, about 4 to 6 months later, he started dating another Lacey right after the other one. So she affectionately became Lacey number 2.
Oh no!
And he dated her for about 10 to 14 months or so, and I think I saw him in that 10 to 14 month time frame maybe about once or twice. And
guys do that.
Yeah.
We're weird.
Yeah. So I never really interacted with Lacey number 2. I just remember calling her Lacey number 2.
That's so
never to her, never to her face.
Thank God. That would have been horrible.
Just to keep them straight, though, we referred to them as Lacey number 1 and Lacey number 2.
God, number 2.
Number 2.
No.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I actually kind of now looking back on it now, I kind of realize how awful that is. But at the time, it was like, yeah, Lacey number 1, Lacey number 2. What's the big deal?
Yeah, that's funny. That's because we're dicks.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Totally.
Still, me at least.
Yeah, well, I'm a dick too. So, okay, so let's start. We'll do with the.
You want to do it cold?
Yeah, we'll do the holiday.
Okay.
Greetings.
Okay.
No. Pull up a song for it. Pull up Blink-182. I Won't Be Home for Christmas.
Perfect.
Since we're both doing it. And then I'll add something to the end of it that I think you'll really like, because I feel like I had a dream about it the other day.
Oh, right on. We'll just let that part play. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. So we'll play that once the drums start. We'll give a season's greeting. Okay.
I'll fade it and
I love it.
And I'll just follow your lead.
And then that's perfect. And then right after that, we'll start the show.
Okay, and I'll probably just.
So this can be the intro to my show.
Okay.
So like the beginning of that is the intro, and then I want it to go into Aaron Neville.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, there'll probably be just a little bit of a gap, but I can fix that in post.
Perfect. Yep.
Never. Okay.
I know you can do it because we've done it before.
Right. Yeah.
We're good at this.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll go good.
We don't have to edit in post.
Okay.
All right. So here we go.
Okay.
everybody. This is Derek Yon, at Derek Yon on Twitter. I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas from here at the Derek Yon Experience and the Time Spent Poorly Network. I hope you have a good holiday, and I hope you get everything you wanted, because it's a season of getting, not giving.
Absolutely.
That's what they say, right?
I agree. And Happy New Year from all of us here at Time Spent Poorly as well.
Happy New Year.
Don't drive drunk.
I urge you to please not drive drunk.
Please.
Also, I wanted to take a moment to tell you to go to the Google Store, the Google Store, download this Stitcher app.
Yes.
So that you can listen to our shows on there. They have a new function on there where you can download the shows while you're online and listen to them while you're not online.
Which is very, very cool new little feature that didn't used to be available.
Yes, and it's perfect because it doesn't take up information on your phone. It doesn't cost you anything. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. You don't need Wi-Fi, or you don't take up your network for that.
Right.
So make sure you go to Stitcher and download that app, and then add us on there and listen to all of our shows at the Time Spent Poorly Network. And for those of you who don't want Stitcher, you're like, fuck you, no Stitcher for me. Make sure you go to timespentpoorly.com.
And you can find us on iTunes. You can find us on YouTube. And you can find us on Twitch TV.
Twitch TV, motherfuckers. Find
all of those things. Do all of them, or at least one of them.
Do all of those.
But please do all of them. And call us. Since I'm paying for it now, I feel compelled to say, please call us 1-888-317-2694.
All right. Give us a call. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yay!
And even though the jail didn't have a tree, Christmas came a night early, 'cause a guy named Bubba unwrapped my package. It's Christmas time again. It's time to be nice to the people you can't stand. All year I'm growing tired of all this Christmas cheer. You people scare me. Please stay away from my home.
Bells will be ringing, the glad, glad news. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. My baby's gone, I have no friend to wish me greetings. Once again.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is the Derek Yon Experiences Time Spent Poorly show, program, podcast for listening.
God, we gotta work on that title.
I know, I gotta work on that title. It's more a Derek Yon Experience. I really wanted to do a Christmas show, but I wanted to do it with Nathan. I tried getting Jared too, but he has to go Christmas shopping for his mama, and he's a last minute. I did call him to try to see if we can get him up here to do some Jared action too.
Sure.
But that's okay. We got this going.
We got. So we'll do a Time Spent Poorly Yawn mashup, because I wanted to say Merry Christmas to everybody too. So we'll just we'll mash this all together.
We're gonna put this together. But if you do listen to my show, remember, don't tell me I fucking skipped an episode.
That's right.
This is for my show and for Nathan's show.
So this counts for both of us.
So eat
for the
shit.
New Year. Yeah.
I'm
basically the last one. Yeah. Please don't get too upset with us.
Please don't get upset. Thank you for listening to the show. Man, here we are. You're going to be listening to this on Christmas Day, because this is when released, of course, or after, whatever you got to do.
But it's close. We're the eve of the eve. We're on the 23rd right now.
We're 2 days before right now. I just know we've done a Christmas show every year since Basement Boys.
Since its inception. So
we've done a Christmas show.
Some sort of Christmas.
I knew that we wanted to do a Christmas show. Even on Basement Boys, we would take a holiday hiatus, but we would still do a show like a month before.
Yeah, and throw it up right around the day.
Exactly. So I wanted to do a Christmas show.
Wow, look at that picture of him. Oh man, you missed it.
He's like, I saw him on TV. Aaron Neville, who we were talking about.
Yeah, Aaron Neville.
I saw him on TV. He's like ripped, and he has like a face tat.
He's so huge.
He's like a face tat.
Is he Samoan then?
I've killed a man.
I've got 3 tears. I'm forever.
Okay. Let's point out the fact I do think Aaron Neville's hilarious, and I do think his voice is hilarious, but also I do like it. I want everyone to know I do really like.
We tease
Aaron
because
Neville.
we like.
I really like him, and I really like his not Christmas stuff. And
Soulful Christmas is such a great CD. I have the entire.
Yes, you do.
I have the entire
so
CD. It's so good.
And this is probably one of the first things that Nathan and I actually had in common. Oh no, Holy Night. That's of course
my
the best
favorite
one.
by far.
Absolutely, we will listen to it and laugh and laugh and laugh. But it's
because of how much we love it too. Though.
I do absolutely love it. When I make jokes about Aaron Neville, and my mom's just like, my mom loves Aaron Neville. I make jokes about it, and she's like, "Oh, he has the voice of an angel." My mom loves Aaron Neville.
That's the thing is, he does have the voice of an angel, and the body of a fucking bodybuilder.
Yeah,
bouncer. He has a body of a bouncer.
The best part of this song, though, is the end. Is when he really gets into it. Though.
Yes.
He's like, nah. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. You guys don't have a tree this year. What's up?
Oh, it's because we're showing the house and houses for sale.
But you
and
didn't get to listen to this while putting up a tree.
No,
this year.
we didn't. We had to put that on hiatus for this year. Come on, little baby. There you go.
All right. Well,
Lily's gonna be on.
Anyway,
the show
welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, dog.
Hi. Sit down.
Oh well.
She's gonna participate.
She's enjoying.
Sit down.
She loves Aaron Neville. She's not that she can hear anything.
Right.
Actually, she's a dog.
She might
hear
be able to
everything.
hear.
Yeah.
Here you go, baby.
She's just like, what are you doing?
What?
I am Derek Yon, though, at Derek Yon on Twitter. This is Nathan Betts.
Hi.
At Nathan L. Betts on the Twits.
That's me.
Also, you can follow us both on the Facebook, add us both as friends or whatever.
Yep.
Whatever the kids are doing this day.
Whatever they do. And the Time Spent Poorly fan page as well. You can get
absolutely
all your stuff over there. So.
Also, I believe at the beginning of this year, our websites are up for renewal. There will be no more DerekYon.com. I've decided I just don't want to do it anymore.
There will be, and there has been, but there will be a NathanBetts.com.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Currently is one,
I
but
decided
I
to
just
put
haven't been using it.
my focus on Time Spent Poorly and...
But I did create you as soon as you're ready for it to start sending them to me. We'll probably wait till 014.
Yeah, for sure.
But there is going to be a Derek's blog corner, and there's going to be a Nathan's blog corner. So there'll be blogs coming from both of us if you're of the type of person that likes to read things from people. I'm currently working on one that's
I'm going to be
personal,
actually going to be working with the school paper this next semester. I'm actually taking it as a class.
Okay.
Where I'm giving you what you should be reading is kind of the column I've been doing off and on for the paper for comics and graphic novels.
Okay.
I'll probably just end up sending the same thing to the website, though.
Okay, perfect. And then,
because it's something I know I'll have to do.
Yeah. And then I believe, are you still going to be able to do some interviews with some local artists or novel authors, I guess? Is the right word?
I'm actually going to be doing a thing I work for the Talking River. I'm an intern at our school journal.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing...
is that different than the newspaper?
Yes, it's a literary journal where we publish poetry and stories. But we're gonna be doing a podcast for that too, released by the network.
Okay.
Called the Talking River Podcast.
Cool.
And no one else on the show on the network will be on there but me and then a guy from school. But it should be a good show. It should be a lot of fun. I'm also going to be publishing. Our journal's going to be publishing a couple comic book strips from Matt Reynolds,
cool,
who does Geekly Closing Time.
Yeah. Right on.
And we've been working with him on a couple things. It's gonna be great. Because honestly, the professor that was doing the class was totally stoked about it. And
awesome.
So we're doing that, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Cool.
And then I graduate in May. Woo!
With bachelor's
in English Publishing Arts. Thank God.
Minor?
I'll be done. Minor in creative writing.
Right on.
So if you guys need a writer, don't ask me because I don't like reading. I'm the shittiest English major to ever exist.
Because you basically majored in English for one very, very specific purpose.
Very specific purpose. So I don't like reading a lot of things.
Yeah.
It so sucks. I mean, people are like, "You're the worst English man." I mean, I have people I go to school with that are like, "You don't like reading?" I'm like, "Not a big fan. Not a huge fan." I really wanted to write comic books, so I went to school for creative writing and publishing.
Yeah.
And boy, they want you to read so many things.
I saw your rant on.
Jesus Christ, Shakespeare! I know exactly what you're talking about.
Holy Christ! And I could not agree more. What the hell?
I just don't know. I don't get it. I hate it.
Honestly, why isn't there? Because there's no. I'm sorry. The dude was great at what he did at the freaking time. I do not understand the way he spoke. I don't understand. They're like, oh, he was so genius because he turned a phrase. How the hell can you understand a turn of phrase when you don't understand the freaking King's English?
Yeah.
None of that makes sense to me.
I don't like it.
It makes me angry. I almost failed English. I'm like, I speak English, thank you. But I almost failed my English class in high school because I refused to get it. I breezed through. I didn't even do Cliff Notes. I just breezed through and faked it through Julius Caesar. I faked it through Macbeth. Yeah. I still, to this day, have no idea how Macbeth ends because I was able to fake it enough to make it through that.
It ends with me sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. I was so bored. You gotta
Full
get down
disclosure. So I finished the class. It was a Shakespeare class that I have to take. Shakespeare class.
Yeah, an entire class. Now
I have to take.
Now it's.
Do you want to know how many of them I read?
One. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna be generous and say one.
I did read one.
You did what? Which one?
It's called The Tempest, and I actually read it. For another class 2 years ago. But it was actually a pretty cool story. And this is what I've been saying. This is my argument for Shakespeare. I'll devil's advocate myself.
Okay.
This is why Shakespeare is great. Because the stories are cool. I mean, if someone takes the stories and writes something and then bases it on like the themes of Shakespeare, dude, you can get a good story. It's great.
Yeah, there's some great things, betrayal and love,
he covered some awesome shit, and he was innovative when it came to a story. Great, good for him. Here's my problem. Every character has the exact same language. And people in their classes, I know, they gotta be fucking lying. But no, you know what? I'm gonna go into Jared's anger management for this.
Okay.
Fuck you. There's no way the language is different. And people in the class will be like, no. So the language, when he's talking, this is but like they're like trying to make it seem like it was like different.
Yeah, because like you and me, you and I think differently, we speak differently.
So these people are trying to make it seem like as if he makes these characters talk in different voices.
They don't.
And so was the teacher. You know what I say to that? Fuck you. No, he wasn't. You're just fucking buying into some garbage that Shakespeare's worth fucking reading.
Well,
shut up. It's a fucking opinion.
Every time I read Shakespeare, the only voice I hear is Shakespeare. I hear Shakespeare's voice. Yeah. I don't hear Julius Caesar when he talks. Dude, I don't hear...
I got every single character so confused. We had to take like tests, and I'm like confusing characters because they all talk the same.
Yeah.
They all talk the same.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Every character sounds exactly the same.
You can't even tell gender by the way they talk.
No, none of them talk like men or women. They talk like Shakespeare.
Yeah,
fuck him. I hope he fucking died of lupus.
Yeah. Now what I did not pay attention in high school so much that I honestly do not know when this was going on. When was he writing?
I don't even know, honestly. I have no idea. But I know this. When I was a kid, and I know lots of people thought the same thing. I think it was like the 1400s.
There's got to be, because look how old these fucking pictures are.
I think it was the 1400s. Well, they're paintings. See, camera. Okay, so I know that when you're a kid,
1564 to 1616
years off to big. Okay, so
wow, he's almost exactly the same age when he died as when he was born. Okay, sorry, continue.
Okay, so
God damn, that's a long time ago.
When I was in like junior high, right? I thought that Shakespeare's language was Old English.
Yeah, I thought so too.
When I heard Old English, I thought, okay, Shakespeare. Well, this semester, I mean, of course, I've learned this a long time ago, but this semester, I took a history and structure of the English language, where I finally like learned kind of how to read Old English, and I already knew that what he's speaking was Old English. I don't want anybody to think that it took me till I was 29 to figure this out. But I learned what Old English is, and basically Shakespeare spoke modern English. He's just a fucking dick and made shit up.
Okay, so Homeboy did write quite a bit of shit. I will give him that.
Yeah.
I thought his complete works was like in the 20s or 30s. I've already counted 30 right here. So
like in their class, they're like, why does Shakespeare? Why is he so famous? I'm like, well, fuck, it was a numbers game.
Yeah.
When you write that many poems,
a sheer amount of quantities.
Fuck that. When I made that, I posted this on Facebook. If anybody wants to read any of this shit, you can go back to a week ago.
Yeah, about a week
on
ago,
my Facebook page. It's like / Derek Yawn or whatever. Really easy to find. Go find me on there. Add me as a friend. Read this shit. I posted how much I fucking hate this, and then people were posting back saying like, well, it's not supposed to be a Shakespeare appreciation. It's supposed to be just a discussion on why we still read his stuff today. Like, what's the significance and why we're reading it today? Well, personally, I'm reading it today because I fucking had to.
And a bunch of asshats keep on cramming it down my fucking throat.
So let me get this straight. I have to take a class where I read Shakespeare to find out why we still read Shakespeare today. Fuck you, Lewis Clark State College.
It's so
Fuck
true.
you and your stupid ass with a dick with AIDS.
It's so true. Like, why? That is...
Why are we still reading it today? Because I fucking have to.
Right. Because there's somebody that thought it was a good idea for me to get a bachelor's in English degree or a bachelor's in English to have to read this and have to comment on it and have to publish some sort of fucking masterpiece paper on the whole thing.
So,
it's 12 fucking pages long.
And sure, there are a lot of people that really like it. That's great. Shakespeare is a class for those fucking assholes.
Well,
not for me.
Also, I was just at Hastings the other day trying to find some Christmas presents. There are walls and walls and shelves full of books and authors and people I've never even fucking heard of. Do you know how big the Shakespeare section was?
How much?
Non-existent.
Yep.
I can't go to the store and be like, hey, will you get me that book by Shakespeare that was written 500 fucking years ago? Oh, you mean that's not in print? Oh, you mean James Patterson's beating the fuck out of Shakespeare right now? You mean Dean Koontz is way better? You mean Bret Easton Ellis is way better fucking writer than fucking Shakespeare? They're way more prolific at the time right now because there's nothing going on with fucking Shakespeare except for have to fucking read Shakespeare!
So why do I have to read it?
I don't know.
Okay, furthermore, this class, man. During the whole class, he's telling us that these are plays he wrote. He didn't write books. He wrote plays. Okay. Why am I reading them?
Right. Why? Where's Gershwin? Why is Gershwin not a required reading class then?
Why? Well, why am I reading them at all? Yeah. If they're plays, why aren't we watching the fucking plays?
Yeah. Or
because okay. Okay. So it's not a Shakespeare appreciation class. It's a class to discuss why his works are being read today. Well, Shakespeare didn't want his works to be read today.
He wanted them to be performed.
To be watched.
Yeah.
I don't remember fucking a writer for a movie coming up to me and saying, did I read his script? Hey, did you like my script that I wrote?
No, I watched your movie.
Yeah, I watched the movie. He would say, oh, good, because the movie's a lot better than my script. Do you want to know why? Because it's a fucking movie that they fucking published! They did it! I wrote a script that I want to turn into a movie, and they fucking did it!
Right. And how many of these scripts, for lack of better terms, they're plays? You could also call a play a script because there's things that happen that are off the page that happen that are things that you're supposed to be able to visualize. That's why there's little addendums and shit that doesn't matter to the story that are in there because it's explaining to you how to act the fucking thing out.
I've never heard a director of a writer of a script come on TV and be like, oh, I wish you guys would have read my script instead because it was a lot better than the movie.
Right.
Or, I mean, like, maybe it happens, but maybe a movie isn't made to the quality of what somebody's script was. Maybe they feel like it wasn't followed closely enough. A director took a different route.
Right.
But who gives a shit?
At that
the fucking
point,
writer of that script is just happy as shit was made.
Right. And he finally got a payday.
Shakespeare didn't think like, man, I wonder if some faggot in 2013 is going to take a fucking class that worships me.
Right, exactly. I honestly, he would probably...
God damn it.
And I have no idea of knowing this. It's just a feeling that I get, but I would imagine that he would probably crap his pants if he knew how influential he was. Like, I doubt when he was penning these things, he's like, 500 years from now, they're still going to be reading this horse shit.
But he is creating an art that he wanted watched because he's an actor and he likes acting and he likes plays. So that's what Shakespeare was doing. He never thought like, man, hope someone reads it. I don't know why I'm saying like Nicolas Cage.
So no, but honestly, if you were a film major, that class would make more sense than if you were an English major. Honestly, it really would.
Well, and that's the thing is that it was like a double class. It was like a theater and English class, which was complete bullshit. I didn't want to take it as a theater class at all. We had to act out a scene. Fuck you. I'm not an actor. I had to read that shit in front of people. God damn it.
And I don't mind getting in front of people. I do not like getting in front of people for that. No thanks.
Not a chance.
I'm not a public reader. I'm a public make shit up off the top of my head or
yeah.
I will poop my pants in public before I would feel comfortable.
God damn it.
Reading in front of people.
Fuck
I'm not a good reader.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck his corpse. They find his corpse and fuck it.
That would be fantastic.
His bones, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that frilly thing that he was, I'm sure, buried in.
I'm positive.
I don't want to do a whole show about how much I hate Shakespeare, but fuck you.
But
everyone who likes Shakespeare.
It came up.
Whatever, he's terrible. It's terrible fodder. This show is a Christmas show, though.
It is a Christmas show. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone. That's how I feel about Shakespeare. This is what I wanted to do the show about. Is I want to know. What? No, I'm just kidding. I knew I was gonna ask you. I just wanted to do that. Just wanted to be a dick. What was Shakespeare like? What Shakespeare? Fucking Shakespeare. Fucking Shakespeare. Fuck you, William Shakespeare. I wish I could go. I wish I could get a time machine and go back when he was an infant and just fucking bludge him to death with my two fingers. Okay, so
he was only 52, by the way.
Old ass.
All
right. What was Christmas like for you growing up?
Christmas was a mixed bag for me. And by that I mean there was some years where we were allowed to get a Christmas tree, and there was a couple of years through there that I wasn't allowed to have a Christmas tree. Kind of was on a little bit of a religious roller coaster throughout my childhood, and my dad found them to be, and in actuality, he's kind of right. They're pagan in origin. Yeah. Christmas trees are. But regardless of the origin of something, doesn't mean that you can't take that origin and make it something special for yourself. Yeah. If you feel like it's misrepresenting what you your core beliefs are, then that's one thing. Yeah. Then never ever have had it, and then not. We can have it this year, and then, well, Dad's being kind of weird this year, so I guess we can't have one this year. And so, like, my mom made him what I think. There's a house that I lived in for only 3 or 4 years, and the whole 3 or 4 years we were there, we weren't allowed to have Christmas tree because he was going through this whole religious thing in his head. We got back to the other place that we were living in for the majority of my my young existence, and she made him.
So you lived in one place, and then you moved to another place for like 3 years, and then moved back
to that one. Yeah, we basically rented that place out while we lived somewhere else. Yeah, really? It's kind of funky. Yeah, it was a weird thing, but yeah,
interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, so while we were away at this other place, which was actually like 12 blocks away from the other place we lived at, it was really pretty close by, actually, geographically speaking. But Yeah, while we were there, my dad was doing all kinds of stuff. He was going down to this place in Texas called School of the Prophets, and he was starting to do some funky things there. And I think this dude named Kenneth Copeland, I believe, that was the name, if I remember correctly, that was kind of involved with all that. So, which his name has come and gone in our family's history more than once. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so Christmas growing up was interesting, but short version is this is honestly one of my favorite times of year. I love I love the sentiment. I love the family. Growing up, huge family. Spider.
For those listening.
That was a fucking huge spider too, dude. Oh my god. Hey, look what I just found. The spider trap. He's not in it though. I'm just gonna put.
God, where did he go?
I don't know. This might have to be. 1 second, everybody, stand by while we find the fucking spider to kill it.
He's not underneath.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Oh, dear God. I love that we both of us just scream. Oh my God. It does have the insect trap does have spiders in it though.
Did you see that one? Look at that one.
Oh God.
That's the one that I caught. I caught it and it was still moving.
What's inside of it that makes them go in there?
I'm not really sure. I think he just strategically placed them.
That's interesting.
And hope that they run in there. I'm not really sure. Like if you see a big grouping of spider webs, you just put it there and hope that they run in there.
So, this is Spider here with us.
There's
he's a co-host.
Big enough to have an opinion.
By the way, that was what you just heard was two grown men freaking out from a spider.
I'm not kidding though.
Neither one of us liked them. That was huge.
That was very big.
It was massive.
It was a very big old brown spider.
Disgusting.
Hate them. So, maybe you can see in there. That's one of the. Oh wait, this way. That's one of the ones that I caught.
That's
and he
disgusting.
was still moving, and I had to take an Instagram video of it and put it on my Instagram. And of course, immediately sent it to my wife, who immediately loved me for the rest of the day for it. She's like, "Thanks a lot, Dick. Now I can't sleep tonight, knowing that that's in the house." I'm like, "Well, it's gonna die pretty awful death here pretty soon." That thing was big. That was a big one. That was a big spider. Hooray! So let's continue trying to have a show now. That's
Christmas show.
All right.
Christmas.
Scoot over this way a little
show. Bit. I am so terrified of this table that I'm at right now.
We can always take a break. You want to take a break?
No, we're okay. All right. Both of us not happy. Not happy.
Not a big fan
of
what's going on right now.
Okay.
Christmas show.
Christmas.
So I don't remember what I was talking about, but
you're talking about your
lion face. Lemon face.
We're talking about Christmas.
Yes.
Growing up.
Christmas growing up. So there was. I love this time of year. I loved. We had big family get-togethers up at my grandma's house. There would always be a crap ton of snow because she lived up in Waha. I'm not gonna be able to stop staring at that spot where it was.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I would have been able to move faster. And we'd always go sledding, and then sledding morphed into snowboarding after a while, and we go and build jumps out there and whatnot. And I also associate going to visit my grandpa or my grandparents and my grandpa whenever we got there, of course, since I was littlest, I was always the last one in the door. And I think I think I might have said this a couple times before on the podcast, but it's always worth mentioning because it's so funny. The only thing I really, really remember about my grandpa is that he could build anything with his hands if it was with wood or metal. He was a machinist out at the mill.
Nice.
So he could build anything he wanted out of metal, but then he would come home and he was a woodworker in his spare time. And I think that might be where the bug came from me genetically, possibly.
It has to be.
So I have no idea where else it would have came from. But he could build anything out of wood with his hands. So he's a woodworker at home by hobby, and then he was a machinist, a millist by trade, technically. Right. So he could do any of that. And so I know those two things about him. And then me being the smallest, the door would be open, and it would be cold and letting all the warm air out. And so I wouldn't even be to the threshold of the door. And by the time I crossed the threshold, I just hear my grandpa going, "Close the door! It's cold out there!" I'm like, "I'm not even in the door yet, Grandpa!"
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's just, constant yelling at us to keep quiet and keep the door closed. Big family gatherings up at my grandma's 3-story place and all that kind of stuff. What was yours like?
Well, we did the Christmas thing a lot when we were young. Mm-hmm. We never really did the Santa thing. Maybe when we were really, really young.
Yeah, I never did the wonder of Santa.
We kind of just. I think it might be like for us it was kind of a poor person thing. Like it was just kind of like, hey, the gifts you get, we get you because that's what we can afford. Right. And by the way, there's no Santa.
Right. Well, honestly, like if you think about it that way, why would you give credit to someone else when you're only able to give a couple of things as it is?
That's kind of what I've always thought. It was just like, hey, the gifts that you were purchased for you were purchased from us.
Because, these are from us.
Because Santa's not real,
right?
And I'm not going to give credit to some douchebag.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm okay with that.
I'm cool with it too.
I don't care about the Santa thing.
Honestly, if I were to have kids, which I'm not going to, but if I were to ever have kids, I would have a hard, long talk with myself in the mirror. I know.
You said hard and long.
In the same sentence. And talking about children, so that's weird.
I heard it the same time you did.
But I would have a really hard time since I didn't do it, and I would turn out just fine. I don't know if I would want to do the whole Santa thing because first of all, I don't really I'm not really into it, so I wouldn't want to really be perpetuating it.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't think I would either. I might do the Elf on the Shelf crap though. That seems kind of fun. You're aware of that, right? The little elf and he moves throughout the house and all that shit.
Terrifying, but yeah.
It just kind of helps with the whole, there's a sense of wonder in the world and all that crap, I guess.
Sure. Wonder in the world. Okay. What we did is we did this stuff when we were young. Mm-hmm. My mom got us gifts, whatever. My mom got a job at Potlatch. Mm-hmm. And because of that, when you work out there, when you work holidays, you make like double time and a half. It's like retarded amount of money. It's amazing.
Not wise to say no to it if you're allowed to do it. Yeah.
So she did it every year that she could. So because of that, we never did Christmas at home anymore. We would go do Christmas like at our grandparents' house,
and never on Christmas.
And never on Christmas. And then we started going to our parents are divorced. So we would go up to like our dad's house and do Christmas there, which was always a really horrible experience. And then just because they suck so badly, and then we would come home. So finally, after a while, our mom would just we just wouldn't do Christmas anymore. She would tell everybody in our family like, "Hey, don't get us gifts because we can't afford to get you gifts," and and we're just not going to do it anymore.
So it became more of like a small nucleus thing instead of a wider family thing.
After a while, we just didn't do it. And then this is kind of, Mom, if you'll listen to this, I'm sorry. I still love you so much, but you sometimes suck. She dated this guy who was a Jehovah's Witness.
No
Yeah.
Christmas or birthdays.
And she kind of just adopted his religion. I mean, not really, but just kind of like,
enough to where it affected
like,
you.
Like I'm married, I'm dating him, so this is just how we do that now. And I was just kind of like, whatever. I'm 13. I don't give a shit.
We were Catholic 6 months ago, so
we're Catholic.
Before that, we were Protestant.
Catholic when we were little, and then we've been Lutheran, and then we've been Baptist. And
so you were kind of a religious chameleon growing up.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't until my religious upbringing wasn't until I actually made a choice in junior high
to go to a Christian church.
To go to a Christian church, and I just did that ever since. And then once I graduated high school, maybe a month before I graduated, I started going to your church. And that's where I met you.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. But up until then, I'd been gone to my own church. I chose my own religion. I got baptized because I chose it.
Sure.
I
did not. I got baptized because my dad wanted to do it.
I got baptized because I chose it, because I chose religion. I chose that life. I was already a virgin from not choice, and basically, honestly, I always go back to this, but I do always go back to this, and I'm sorry for the listeners who listen to my show, but I do go back to this. I was a virgin, not by choice. I was a complete loser. I could not get a girlfriend. Trust me, I really, really wanted to have sex. I so badly did. Basically, I ended up choosing to become a virgin, choosing to be what I already was because I didn't have a choice.
Right.
But I wanted to make it my choice, so I felt like maybe less of a loser. This is kind of how I've been thinking about this over the years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I became like this hardcore Christian because I was like, well, I'm a virgin and I can't get a girlfriend, so now I'm a Christian. Like,
I think that that was a little bit of it too. Like I was homeschooled or whatever, so for a little while I was kind of like, I would go down and play saxophone in the band, and they had to allow me to do that or whatever because of, I don't know, somehow my mom finagled me into the band class only.
Yeah.
So I went and interacted with kids one time a day, and I was like the new kid. I had the new kid mystique without being the new kid somehow. It was weird. Yeah. So I was able to was able to score some girlfriends that way, but then after that wore off and all through high school, I just kept on telling myself that I was actively choosing not to have any girlfriends. Yeah.
Honestly, I started making,
didn't really have any prospects anyway.
My choice. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I honestly, okay. Here's how it went down. This is the honest to God truth. Is that I really wanted a girlfriend all through high school. I really, really wanted a girlfriend so badly. But I basically pretended it was a choice.
Right.
Because I felt like a loser. I felt like a loser because I couldn't get a girlfriend. So I didn't want a girlfriend is what I would tell people. Because of God. And
sure. And your pledge, did you take that pledge?
I took the pledge. Yeah. Definitely took the pledge. And I didn't have a girlfriend. But I always really, really wanted one. Then I graduated high school, and a couple of years went by where I started going to parties, but I still didn't drink. But at this point, I really liked punk music, and I became straight edge.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. I was one of those fags.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Honestly, though, like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It honestly, though, like, through that time of decision making, honestly, that was probably one of the better ideas that came along, because I have a tendency to gravitate towards some not so good things left to my own devices. Now that I'm older and wiser and know better, I'm like, I probably shouldn't hang out with that person or that person. They're just bad news. But I didn't know better at the time.
I wasn't
taught. I wasn't taught how to. I wasn't taught how to know better. I was basically sheltered most of my life, so I didn't know how to know better. I just knew that instinctively. Probably shouldn't start doing hanging out with the people that want to drink all the time.
At this point,
it helped that I wasn't popular enough to hang out with them.
Yeah.
So that was that
definitely.
too.
Yeah, I was never. I don't want anybody to think that I don't think I was popular in school and they invited me to parties.
Right.
And I was like, no, I don't drink. If I would have been invited to one party in high school,
I would have been there.
I would have went. I would have went, and
I might have been a different person today. Honestly,
if they invited me to one party in high school, and I knew that I went, but I was going to be doused in pig's blood like Carrie.
Right.
I probably still would have went.
I would have
been like, well, maybe it'll taste good. I'm fat. Honestly, it sucked. I wasn't cool. I played Diablo 2. That's a weird thing too, is because I was hardcore Christian-ish. I've looked back on it, and I do remember, like, I would go to like Christian camps. I would go to these camps, and when I got back from the camps, I was totally like, I would be like, all right, I need to destroy my CDs, and God talked to me, and I cried, and I felt the spirit.
That happened to me
stuff
once
like that,
too.
right? Okay, so I would feel that when I got back from camp, but honestly, I can truthfully look back and say that I never really believed any of it.
I never felt the thing, actually.
I never felt the thing. I just did it because I just didn't want to feel like a loser, because I couldn't get a girlfriend and I couldn't get people to ask me to hang out outside of my friends who I would go and play games with.
That's so funny you say that. I did that to the point. I wanted to be accepted so badly that I followed this whole thing to such a degree that I got put in charge of other human beings and took them to another country twice. Not once, but twice. I took them on a local one up like in the Montana area. Yeah. And then the following summer, they allowed me to take them clear down to freaking Mexico.
Wow.
Me and like 5 chaperones. I was in charge of other people's well-being for 2 weeks.
I didn't go that route. But
that's how badly I wanted to fit in, though.
But I did go through. I went through this phase. I had already graduated. There's a youth group that I went to from 7th grade till after I graduated, and then I went like the next year, and I was gonna be a youth pastor. But it wasn't because I felt like Jesus or anything. Because when I wasn't going to this youth group, I was hanging out with my friends who were all drinking. Of course, I was doing the straight edge thing. I don't know. I was such a confused, like, 19-year-old.
Sure.
I was so confused. I didn't know who I was. Honestly, I just had no idea. Of course, anyone ever listens to the show who's over 19. Mm-hmm. I mean, you all know that we're just confused as shit.
Oh,
There's
definitely.
no idea.
Definitely.
I have no idea what
I was
I'm doing.
23 when I did the second one. I was 22 when I was put in charge of those kids. I was 23 when I took them down to Mexico. 23 years old. What person in their right mind puts a 23-year-old in charge of other people?
When I was 21,
and then I was offended when they took them away from me. I'm like, I can't believe this.
When I was 21, mm-hmm. I didn't go out for my 21st birthday.
I didn't either.
Because I was still okay.
Mine landed on a Wednesday, but I still didn't do it either.
So at this point, by 21, okay, so 19, I was still like, oh, I want a girlfriend, but I'm claiming this because I can't get one, but like, this is my choice now. Like, at least people will think that. I know subconsciously, at least I was thinking that. By 21, I really started believing it. At 21, I was actually, if I can honestly say at 21, if some girl, maybe not. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
20?
At 20 years old,
would have been like,
okay,
maybe not.
So I lost my virginity when I was 21 years old.
Me too.
At 20 years old, it really did become my choice.
Yeah.
I think that if someone I really liked would have wanted to have sex with me at 20 years old, I don't know 100%, because I know in the back of my head I always really wanted a girlfriend. Honestly, I wouldn't watch 40-Year-Old Virgin as a 20-year as when that came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, that's gonna be me. Like I accepted it in my heart.
Yeah.
I accepted in my heart, like, this isn't gonna happen for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be a virgin forever. So at 20 years old, maybe I would have.
But you would have felt, oh my God, can you imagine
I would have killed myself.
Mounds and mounds of guilt you would have felt?
A lot of guilt.
Yeah.
At that point, at 20 years old, I really accepted it.
Yeah.
I really honestly accepted it, that I was like at night, honestly, like just 1 year. 19, I told everyone I didn't want to have sex, and that was my choice. At 20 years old, I told everybody I didn't want to have sex, and it was kind of my choice because I kind of trained myself.
Right.
At 21, it finally came up that I was able to have sex, and I did.
Yeah.
I so did.
Just pounced on it, literally.
Absolutely did, yeah. But I also, at 21, I had kind of a falling out with. That's when I had like my falling out with everything.
Yeah.
Hey, Christmas show.
Hey, Christmas! Merry Christmas, everyone.
But for Christmas, though, I mean, it kind of really does tie in, though. I always stress it. I always stress that sex really is a lot to. I mean, honestly, who I am.
Yeah, it helps define a lot of your formative years. That's a big subject that you have to conquer.
Yeah, and it really was, and sex really. I mean, sex really was a big part of who I am. I battled a lot with the topic of it, because I still did you ever release that phone call we had?
I think I might have, if I remember correctly,
where we talked about how we still have just a strange relationship with sex.
Yeah, I think we did talk about that a little bit.
Because I definitely have a really strange relationship with
I think
it
it's
still.
Mostly this whole abstinence only thing. If you really want to do a study on how abstinence only preaching goes, just go ahead and get a hold of people that were taught that through the 90s, and now they're all 30s.
Well, how many years?
28 to 35-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, how many years has it been since you quit going to River City?
9.
I
quit in 2004.
2004.
So like 9.5 actually. Because we quit around the same time, didn't we? Or were you a year ahead of me or so, right?
But a year ahead.
Yeah.
I hadn't been going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because when we started talking again was at Hogan's, right?
Yeah.
And when you were like, hey, okay, so we hadn't. Okay, now that I remember correctly, we hadn't been going for a while.
Quite a while, yeah.
And then like we saw each other though, and we're like, hey, like how you been?
Yeah.
Blah blah. And then you were like, hey, did you hear what happened at that church with the other pastor? And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I knew it. Like, you know, like I knew it happened. Which, by the way, the pastor of that church, they had like foreign exchange students, like little Asians, and we always, like, everyone there always was like, man, he's banging those Asians, and he totally was. He totally was. Sorry, dude. Fuck you. You suck. Your religion blows. You were. I mean, honestly, like when I saw them, like outside of that, I was like, man, he's banging those Asians. joke.
Right.
Oh, you are. You're banging Asians. So
Yeah.
it's amazing.
So yeah, there's that.
Everybody else in my family, I totally love. But
Yeah.
dude, you suck. You suck so bad. You suck so horribly. You're amazing. It's amazing that your wife's with you. Because you suck so badly. She could do so much better. And your daughter's hot, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's batty, though. She's bad shit.
Is she? I literally have not talked to her since
Oh, yeah,
high
me
school.
either, yeah. I haven't talked to her since I left that church. But,
Yeah.
I remember always thinking she was kind of weird, though.
I think she's adorable.
She definitely is.
Mm,
She's definitely adorable.
absolutely.
Yeah. She's definitely adorable.
Oh yeah.
I always thought that. I was like, man, she's a babe, but
Yeah.
she's fucking weird. Hey, nice jean skirt you're wearing over jean pants. Where are we? I always thought like you're weird. What are you wearing? Hi, 19-year-old wearing like bright red lipstick like a 90-year-old woman. Like what? You're weird,
Yeah.
but you're cute.
Yeah.
So it's a thing. Sing your music. Sing your Christian singy songs.
I tried to ask her out once. Asked her to go golfing with me. Because
Okay.
why not?
Golfing?
Yeah. I was like, hey, you do something different off the beaten path. I just started
Were you
golfing.
like WWJD, baby? You want to go golfing with me?
Pretty much, yeah. It was pretty bad.
That's good.
Bad pickup attempt.
What time is it, by the way?
It is 7:14 in the PM of the
Sorry,
12:23.
for the listeners. It is technically Monday, and at 8 o'clock I have Monday Night Raw. to
Oh
go
yeah.
watch,
You gotta
so,
go watch that here in 30 minutes. So
Yeah. Okay.
so
All right. Okay. So Christmas time for me.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone! Have we mentioned that it's a Christmas show? I
think so.
every 20 minutes.
At least.
It'll still be one.
Well, only because we're
Maybe.
just because we're willing it to be one. Eventually, it will come up.
No, this is what I like talking about on the show.
Absolutely.
Though. Okay, so Christmas for me, Mom dated Jehovah's Witness.
Oh right, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a douche, and she became a douche, and so we didn't celebrate Christmas, and then like a lot of our family members kind of just got pissed off that we just didn't do Christmas anymore, and then Mandy and I, as we became older,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of decided like, yeah, I don't think Christmas is for us anymore. So I went like 5 years where I just didn't do it anymore.
Wow,
Yeah, I just hung out. I just hung out at home by myself.
Ugh, that's a bummer.
No, but I never felt sad about it. I was just like, the only time I ever felt sad is that people were like, hey, what are you doing for Christmas? Man, we're gonna like go blah 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 and do this thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sit at home
do nothing.
and watch everyone's busy. Like, you know, like, hey, do you guys want to go watch a movie or
What do
something?
you want to
No,
do?
just gonna
Anything?
just gonna
Nobody?
be with your family.
Everybody?
No,
All right.
you gonna
Yeah.
just gonna
Movies?
be happy
No.
with your
Twitter?
Oh.
Me? Yeah,
just
anything?
gonna
Direct message? No? Okay.
kill myself.
All right.
I could have riffed it for another 5 minutes.
Me too.
I could have done that.
So sad.
What were we riffing a couple of years ago? And we kept riffing something. What was that? What was that? What were we
I don't
doing?
remember. I remember doing it, but I don't
God
remember
damn
what
it.
it was.
And
Somebody was finally like, Jesus God!
yeah, they were so pissed. God, what were we
was-
riffing though?
It was
We were
a
just,
good one.
I don't think she realized that we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
But we could have.
Oh yeah, easy.
We could have kept going
How
on
was
it.
that?
What was it? God damn it.
Something we were probably doing over and over again at the time.
Oh, and we totally were. I know we were.
Had a bunch of idiosyncrasies going on at the same time.
We're just
doing the thing.
We're just
with the
and just trying to just kind of gonna
really
kind of kill myself.
Okay. Awkward.
What?
I'm pretty sure he's threw something in there pretty dark at the last there. He shouldn't.
Christmas over the last couple of years, though, I did Christmas for last year. I did a little bit, even though it was a really, 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 really hard time for me.
Yeah.
Christmas was a horrible time for me last year. This year is pretty good.
Cool.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Excited about it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I've got some pretty decent gifts, and I haven't been dumped.
Nice. That's a good start.
So that's nice. Yeah, and my friends are still friends with my current girlfriends, so that's good. So, yeah, fuck the Time Spent Poorly Network.
Thank you. I guess.
That's good. Yeah, go listen to her show, you pieces of shit. I'm just kidding.
Just did her show the other day.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you did.
Yeah. I was drunk though, so I didn't
Really?
care. Oh yeah, I didn't care.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
What was it? What day was that?
Friday. Last Friday night.
So Friday you got hammered drunk.
Oh yeah, I was hammered. So hammered. I think I might have been too hammered. He's a little bit of a handful, but we're in his house, so what do we do?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I guess.
Those are good days.
I hope it's adorable. We'll find out.
Don't worry, guys. When I get drunk, I'm really cute.
Yeah.
I hope people think like that.
Oh yeah, I was really, really drunk and really, really cute.
Oh, that's
it was
great.
delicious.
Yeah,
so.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But I had fun. I don't know. I think the show might have suffered a little bit because of me, but
I hope it did.
I don't.
I hope it did.
I don't.
I don't care.
I put a lot of effort into every show that I put on, so I hope that I get forgiven for that one. Probably should have had a two fewer beers than that.
Yeah,
a couple less beers. So. I had fun though.
Yeah. You did that symbol and we're being videotaped.
Yes. I changed the thingy.
You did?
I went like this. I'll show you what I did.
I don't know.
I went like that, and then did and sent you my signal.
That's amazing.
You like that?
You're really good. I thought you made a mistake.
I didn't.
You're really good.
I'm getting good at this whole thing.
You're brilliant.
I'm getting good.
Wow. My God. I honestly don't care. I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't. About anything, really. So you haven't had it on the show, but can you show your Millennium Falcon?
Oh
tattoo?
yeah. I got my Millennium Falcon going on.
I was really excited about it when I saw.
It's weird because it flattens it out when I have my arm like that, and then it's so it's an inopportune spot.
When do you think you'll be done with the tattoo?
I have now decided that from my elbow, except for this little teeny spot right here, that's still blank, just this little teeny spot. But other than that, from my elbow down is now officially completed.
Nice.
So I have an appointment scheduled for April 5th. So technically the weekend after my birthday.
What do you typically spend a thing, an appointment.
An
basically.
appointment is for 3 hours, and it is $200. Comes to $217
Sweet.
after tax.
Sweet. So
So-
I've been talking to Big Travis down at 13 Ways with a Z.
Yep.
And we've come up with an idea.
Okay.
Is I'm gonna go 3/4 sleeve
Nice.
with the thing that we're planning for the future now,
Cool.
which is gonna be completely comic book related.
Awesome. That would be
Boom!
sweet. And that's who
I'm
did
gonna
your...
get ink. Yeah, did my Batman tat.
Nice. Right
Not-
on.
I mean, not the biggest one, obviously. But
Sure.
Don't care.
You gotta work a Blink. You gotta work a Blink logo in there somehow.
I'm doing a blink. You know that.
There it is.
Oh, there's no more pink on your blink though.
It got blended in. There's pink there. It's
Okay,
blended
okay.
into the skyline now.
I
so it
am
blends
doing a
little
blink
better.
though. It's basically going to be comic book related. Basically everything I love related.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I just as a side note, I had to have him fade some of that pink into the background of the sky to make it look more like the sky, because just glancing at it looks like I had a big old fucking Blink 182 rash when you just glanced at it. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so I had him. I was like, just side note, I don't know if anyone else put this together, but when I see it, I think it, and I don't
That's
want that.
awesome.
So yeah, I was
I'm
like,
thinking
just blend that a little better for me.
old school, we'll go All American Rejects
Ooh, nice.
to end her up.
Nice. Let's do it. I'll find it.
Cool.
You keep talking, I'll find it.
I'll talk about life. All right. Okay, here's the thing, guys. I had a weird relationship with Christmas and Christians and Christianity, but I'm finding that I do like Christmas. I work in retail, so that sucks so badly, but I've decided that I do like Christmas. It's good times.
Despite having to work retail and despite all the crappy people you have to come across on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, I've decided to like it.
Because it's kind of a bummer to have a job that basically ruins a really kind of a fun time of year. Like, you know, you get into a relationship and you kind of start these traditions together.
Exactly.
But just like putting the tree together, listening to Aaron Neville's Soulful Christmas CD, like just you start doing these things. You don't ever set out to start any sort of anything. You don't mean for it to start. It just you do it once and
tradition.
you just kind of start doing it. So yeah.
I want to thank everybody for listening to the shows that we have on this network, though.
Yes, thank you.
I even though my shows are infrequent, and I made a joke about Thou Who Shall Not Be Mentioned's show. I want everybody to know that I want you to listen to every one of the shows on this network.
And hopefully that was meant in the spirit.
All of them.
Yeah, met with, or, you know, in the spirit in which it was intended, you know.
Oh, well, I mean, every time I talk to her, she tells her she's a piece of shit. It's fine. It's
Perfect.
not a big deal. But she knows she is. It's fine. I honestly want everybody to know. I want you to listen to every single show on the network. I will not mention any of the other shows, but I want you to listen to all of them because I want you to listen to this network.
Yes, I'll name them real quick. We got the Time Spent Poorly podcast. We've got Derek Young Experience. We've got the Mike Kromisky Show. We have Sir Jared's Anger Management.
Especially that one.
Yes, especially
asterisks on the head.
Especially because the longest they'll go is 15 minutes.
And they're hilarious.
They're very, very quick,
So
which,
funny.
by the way, I need to post his for this week right after this is done. So check out also Hanging from the Balcony. That is the second most prolific show on the network. I've been doing this for 2 years. I have this is the 71st episode, as you can see right here.
Yeah.
We just recorded the 49th episode of Hanging from the Balcony the other day, and the only reason we didn't make it to 50 is because we had a Paul Walker special that we had to bump.
Yep.
So it will release still. It's just we out of respect, we're holding on to that one for a couple more months. So that one so we recorded 50 episodes of Hanging from the Balcony this year.
Wow.
And
That's incredible.
Yeah, so that show is going like clockwork. That one's going great. And also Katie Reed's Nerdgasm is another one that's going on. And we've got a couple other ones apparently that are in the works for 2014. The Talking River podcast will be coming up. And it sounds like there are some other ideas that are
we're thinking
floating about that I think I've ran by you, right? Our terrestrial radio idea that we've floated.
I haven't, but we'll have to do it after the show because
that's perfect.
I have to pee so bad.
That's okay. No, I wasn't gonna relay it here. I was gonna tell you
urines.
Yes.
So bad. But mostly on the network, you guys. I just want you to remember that my show is very obviously the very best one here. So go listen to my show.
Yes.
That's so fucked up.
Listen to Derek's show. I get a chance to be on it every once in a while, which I always love.
And Jared's always on here too. And then I have other guests too. I seriously want to thank everyone for listening to the shows on this network. We're trying really hard to give you guys product that we're all really proud of.
Yes.
And because it's Christmas season, I want to make sure we give the shout out of shout outs, and that is 100% to Ward Falk.
Yes, Ward Falk. Thank you so much.
Basement Boys and Nathan and I's earliest days on doing podcasts.
Clear back to 2010.
Yeah, we 100% would not be back. Would not be where we are.
No,
unless he planted a seed and gave us the bug to do podcasts, and we never would have done them without you.
Not
Ward.
A chance.
Seriously, and I hope you could get a show going. I would. Well, there's some talk of us doing a show together, which would be amazing.
Yeah, even if it was just the one time, that'd be fantastic.
That'd be amazing. I would love to put a bow on Basement Boys with the three of us.
I think so.
That would be amazing.
That would be great. A nice little last little button on it. I think it'd be fantastic. I would be willing to facilitate that if necessary.
I feel like every year, at least one time, we try to mention that this would not happen without.
Thank you very much,
Basement Boys,
from the bottom of our hearts.
Absolutely. Go to basementboys.com, boys with the Z.
Yep.
And check out. I mean, I don't know what's on there.
I honestly don't know. I don't think there's any shows left on there, but there's descriptions and pictures still, and just you can't listen to the shows. That's where
Nathan and I got our start, and that's where Times When Poorly came from. I mean, Times When Poorly was a thing that Ward came up with.
Yeah, that was a whole little side baby that he had, and they were actually Times Spent Poorly was his 10-minute rant podcast that he would do on his lunch breaks. Yeah. And he just kind of stopped doing them, and he's like, that domain's about to expire. You can have it if you want it. I'm like, all right. And I took it and ran with it. So
and it spawned an entire podcast network.
Yep.
So,
yes. Perfect. So thank you to Ward Falk for being the man.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you to my wife Amy for putting up with me and having people show up on a weekly basis, sometimes 3 or 4 times a week. So thank you to you, babe, for being very understanding and awesome.
Thank you to anybody who knows and loves me and deals with my shit. This is my last show for the year for sure.
Yeah. My last show. So this is Time Spent Poorly signing off for the year. We'll see you in 2014.
This is Derek Yon, Experience signing off. And remember, if something bad happens to you, you probably did that to yourself.
Most likely.
See you fuckers later.
If you're make sure you're good to you and yours. I'm out the door. Peace out. Almost forgot my sign off.
And peace out, bitches.
Oh, yeah. Peace out, bitches. Oh, I got a pee-pee too.
Oh, my God. I have to make it so bad. I have to make the pee-pees, not the boom-booms. No. I almost said boom-boom, but it's just like a force of habit.
Sure.
Because I always have to poop.
Yeah, definitely.
Seriously, Merry Christmas, you
Merry
guys.
Christmas, everybody.
And Happy New Year.
Bye-bye. And be safe.